Jerry Heron K once said, "Very powerful distraction nowadays is the notification sounds from social media. Phones are becoming a huge problem in schools and at home. Anyone can get distracted by an electronic device. These devices can include phones, iPads, computers, TVs, or any other device that may have a screen. Students are finding ways to sneak their phones into class and are getting better at hiding them from their teachers. Phones can cause distractions in schools, increase the risk of bullying online, and affect the classroom. First, let's look into the possible problems that phones might be causing. Phones are a progressing problem in schools across the nation. Students who use electronic devices or are usually around an electronic device usually have a tendency to get on them, even if it's just a glance at the notifications they've received. Students are starting to get better at hiding their phones from their teachers. According to Sherry Gordon, CLC, published on June 20th of 2024 in the article titled, "How Smartphones Cause Distractions in the Classroom," students find ways to text, surf the web, and even post on social media while the teacher is instructing. They hide their devices in their laps, sweatshirt pockets, and even open pockets in their book bags. The end result is that they are only half present for the majority of the class time for much of the time. Phones have more problems than just getting on them in the middle of class or checking social media to see if anything new has been posted. It can also cause bullying. According to Matthew Rhodes, EDD, written on December 18th of 2023 in the article titled, "Why We Should Ban Phones in K through 12, A Changed Perspective." Much of the root of bullying we see in our schools takes place within the digital world. It starts with phones, but then it manifests into our school classrooms and hallways. There are many effects to using electronic devices in classrooms. The more a student is on their phone, the less they pay attention to class and the assignment that was assigned. According to Evanston Township High School in the year 2012, in the article titled, "Impact of Cell Phones on Students and in the Classroom," students using cell phones during class can be easily distracted, diverting their attention away from the lesson, the teacher, and educational materials. The impact of this is reduced focus and engagement in the learning process, and potentially it can lead to lower academic performances. Now that I've gone over the problem, let's go over the solutions that may help with the issue at hand. There are ways to limit your phone usage in schools, while still allowing the students to be on their phones during passing periods or during lunch hours. According to Misty Hans, written on July 26 in 2019, in the article titled, "5 Ways to Keep Students Off of Their Phones in the Classroom," you can provide cell phone agreements, keep the students engaged, utilize positive reinforcements, use technology as a substitute, and be active. Providing a cell phone agreement, this helps the school manage how and when their student uses their phones. An example of a cell phone agreement could be the school having a policy saying that students are only allowed to have their phones in class with the teacher or substitute's permission. Teachers may have caddies, phone baskets, and may even allow a student to leave their phone face down on the desk while they teach. This can help the teacher know when and how they get on their phones during class. By keeping the students engaged, you can plan appealing activities that will allow the students to interact with each other, so they don't feel the need or the tendency to look at their phones. Examples of this could be walking a trail nearby, playing games in the classrooms, or even going on a field trip that will intrigue the students and take their focus away from their phones. People are known to work harder for incentives and rewards. For high school students, some examples of utilizing positive reinforcements could be having the student have a cubby or a phone basket with their name on it. Every time the student turns in their phone, they may earn a single point or multiple points. And once they've received enough points, or a good amount of points, they will receive a reward or a prize of some sort. Some schools do allow students to use their phones in the class with permission from the teacher or the substitute. If permitted by the teacher, instead of allowing a student to use their phone by looking something up or getting a hold of a parent or friend, you can have the teacher look up that certain type of information that they want to look up. Or if they need to contact a family member or friend, send them to the office where they can be monitored by the office to see if they just wanted to play games or they actually wanted to contact their parent. This can help the school and the teachers monitor how the student uses their phone and when they use their phone. A way of being active could be having the teacher pace around the classroom so that the student has a harder time of pulling out their phone to look at notifications or to play games while the teacher is instructing. But not being active doesn't always mean having the teacher pace around the classroom. It could also mean that being active could be the teacher creating little activities or little games to play throughout the classroom. It will allow the students to interact with each other, but then also help learn about the subject of school that they are learning about. If the student is moving around the room, they will not have the tendency to take their phone out because they will be talking with their peers and they will be getting help from their teacher. Now that I have gone over the solutions that could help, let's take a look at the types of benefits that using these solutions can have. Banning cell phones could have many benefits. According to Jeremy Engel, written on September 9th of 2024, in the article titled, "Should Schools Ban Student Phones?" Teachers say that phone bans in the classroom can have helped improve the students' ability to concentrate on lessons and work in groups. Some schools have also found that bans decrease phone-related bullying and student fights. After cell phones are banned, another thing that might appear is better grades. Students may improve on paying attention in class and being more involved in the class discussions. Another thing that may appear is the students' social skills. Without a phone, they will have no choice but to communicate face to face. And if we ban phones in classrooms, they will do this more often. According to Lorraine Langbro, written on October 16th in 2023, in the article titled, "Cell phone bans can ease students' stress and anxiety." Educators say, as they quote Heather Creeder, the principal of Edgewater High School in the Florida's Orange County School District, "Our kids are way more engaged. The apathy that we have seen from them from the last year to the last 2 years have seemed to wane. They seem more like they are waking up back into the social experience. Now that we have seen the benefits of banning cell phones in school, let me tell you about the possible actions that you could take to help the students limit their use of phones in schools. Using the solutions mentioned before, you can use them to help encourage the students in your school district to not use their phones in class. You can go to the school and mention your concerns and mention other ways to keep the students off of their cell phones in class. If you are a teacher or a staff member, you can use fun activities and relate them to the subject of school that you teach. These examples can help limit the students' phone usage in schools, but also help them outside of school. It can limit their usage while they won't be as attached daily to their phones. And these are all actions that you can take to limit your phone usage. If schools develop policies to control this growing matter, bullying will decrease, distractions will become less of a problem, and the effects in the classroom will most likely come to an end. Phones are becoming a bigger distraction with each generation. They can cause bullying, distractions, and can even affect your classroom. However, if actions are taken, educational grades will go up and these growing issues will go down. This is why I believe that we should ban phones in schools. A student will always have a way to communicate outside the classroom and school. They just need to look at other ways to communicate than by looking through a phone screen.
Good job.